brewers carefully mix, monitor, and test these ingredients as they go from mash tun to lauter tun to brew kettle. Frederick Miller's famous yeast is carefully added before fermentation. Then, after aging and filtering, the beer is ready to be packaged. About 60% of it goes into cans, 30% into bottles, and about 10% into kegs. The packaging process begins with fresh, new shrink-wrapped bottles and cans, each one thoroughly rinsed in warm water to meet our high standards. After rinsing, it's off to the fillers. This amazing machine can fill 1,400 bottles a minute. In slow motion, you can see the empty bottles being spun into position, carefully filled, and finally crowned, with each precision task being measured in split seconds. As fast as our bottles are filled, our cans are filled even faster, in large part because we don't have to worry about breaking glass. This machine can fill up to 2,000 cans per minute. That's a case and a half of beer every second. In real time, it's almost impossible to see what's happening. But when we drop down to slow motion, we can see the empty aluminum cans being filled with fresh beer, sealed with high-tech lids, and sent on their way to the pasteurizer. The pasteurization process is important because it gives our beer an extended shelf life, enabling us to store it unrefrigerated for up to 17 weeks without any change in flavor or aroma. That's where our special freshness date comes in. A high-speed laser printer shoots a freshness date onto the bottom of every can, the neck of every bottle, and the side of every case. This code tells distributors and retailers when to pull the beer off the shelf to make sure our consumers always get the freshest beer. We use a 7-character code. The first 3 letters are the month, the next 2 the date, and the last 2 the year. So in this example, the beer should be sold by August 22nd, 2011. Miller Brewing Company invented freshness coding for beer and was the first brewer to put a freshness date on all of its products, including a 9-week code on its keg beer. And speaking of kegs, ours are filled across the street in North Packaging on a machine called the Keg-O-Matic. It fills 12 kegs at once, up to 15,000 per day. Keg beer is true draft beer, so it's not heat pasteurized, but instead stored in coolers at 34 degrees to keep it fresh. Miller Coors is also proud to be the only American brewer to offer true draft beer in cans and bottles. To produce Miller Genuine Draft and MGD 64, we use a special process called cold ceramic filtration. This process removes all impurities and results in great tasting packaged draft beer that does not need pasteurization and that has the same shelf life as our other beers. Now it's time to label our bottles so you know what you're drinking. These machines can apply neck and body labels to some 1,500 bottles a minute. Numerous quality inspections are performed throughout the entire brewing and packaging process. Along all of our packaging lines, laser scanners constantly check for imperfections. If any are found, the products in question are bumped off the line and sent to be recycled or repackaged. Now that the bottles and cans are all filled, sealed, date-coded, and labeled, it's time to put them in boxes, what we call secondary packaging. The Milwaukee Brewery has long been an industry leader in packaging innovation, and that trend continues today. Cases in point, the unique Miller Lite Vortex bottle, the aluminum pint that drinks like a bottle and cools like a can, and our recyclable home draft systems for those who prefer that fresh draft taste over cans or bottles. The last step in the packaging process occurs here at one of our 13 computerized palletizers. Here, our packages are stacked onto pallets in layers of alternating patterns for maximum stability. All pallets are stretch wrapped before being loaded onto trucks and rail cars and sent off to serve our thirsty customers. It's not just great beer that distinguishes our historic Milwaukee brewery. It's also the way we run our business. We have a long history of environmental stewardship, and today our commitment is stronger than ever as we move towards zero waste operations. We've recently invested in paper and cardboard balers, as well as a can densifier to improve the quality of our recycled byproducts and to reduce our overall landfill contribution.
Please watch your heads. These monitors are going to be rising back up. You guys are more than welcome to step up to the windows if you want to take any last looks or photos. I'm also going to be turning the lights back on. For our next stop, we are going to be heading on over to our shipping and distribution warehouse. And to get there, we're actually going to be going back down those same stairs, back to that same security gate. So you guys are going to be turning around. We're heading back over this way. You're going to follow Lisa on over to shipping.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, and, yeah, just Mark.
Yeah.
We got those tickets from like that.
For the Cubs.
Yeah.
And he had that camel Wisconsin hat on. He was ready to drink. I remember he was walking up the stairs just like a kid. And like,
Microbrewery, though, correct?
No, this was the old Kingsbury. This was before your time.
Oh, okay.
And that way before.